Yo, guys, 1 second, guys.
my guy.
Yo,
What is that?
yo, my boy Will is about to send a redirect, but hold up, guys. I just gotta fix this up. I gotta fix this up. Yo, guys. Um, hold up. It says to enable permission for Stock Studio, you'll need to grant your browser access to your. Nah, bro. Redirect. Hold up. Navigate account settings, stream forwarding. Yo, guys, bear with me, bro. Bear with me. Hold up. Man, this is not good, bro. Bro, I genuinely don't know how to do it. I'll be so real. But Talk Studio. Yo, guys, just 1 second, guys. Hold up. This is very unexpected, bro. Yo, I don't even know what to do. Yo, if you're watching, bro, I'm just figuring something out because some guy was gonna help me with the redirect, but oh my god, yo, this sucks. Bro, flip it, bro. Okay, Omar said go to manage video and check your permission settings. Go to manage video. Manage video, bro. I don't see that. What the heck? Account settings, bro. I'm gonna just go for it. Bismillah. Yo, bro, what? Account. Nah, stream forwarding. Okay. Okay, hold up. Stream forwarding. Yo. Is it stream forwarding? Copy and paste this. Bro. Yo, flip this, bro. Listen, guys. Bro. Guys, listen. Basically, I was supposed to get a redirect, right? For my boy Football Carnage. But listen, I absolutely flopped it, right? My settings didn't allow for it to happen, right? And basically, bro, just Google it. Bro, just Google it. How to allow redirects on YouTube. It takes like 2 seconds. All right, bet. Then flip it. How to accept redirects from YouTube. Okay. Yo, guys, listen. If you guys are here, bro, I'm trying to switch up my settings on YouTube. So my bad. Obviously, you're supposed to talk about the Barca news, but we'll get into that, bro. Dashboard. Okay, so now we can go manage videos. You know what, guys? I'll legit share my screen what I'm looking at, bro. I mean, guys, if you guys could help me. Listen. All right. This is what I'm looking at. Dashboard. Yo, hold up. Yo, and then we got what? Takes 2 seconds. Oh, okay. I think I found it. Okay, community dashboards. Bismillah. Community. Yo, whoa.
Yotis,
Yeah.
brother, you're having a stinker and hooked right now.
Yo. I'm sharing my screen on my stream. Is it cool if you help me out, bro?
See, bro, I can't do that right now, bro. Like, I can't do that, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, look, all you have to do, right? Hold on. All you have to do, dog. Hold on. 1 second, trying.
Bro,
I'm on stream.
I'm on stream right now, bro. Listen, I'm on stream right now.
Okay. Hold on, bro. Hold on, dog. Oh my days.
Cause I'm on my YouTube dashboard right now, bro, and I searched it up, but the thing
Yeah. All right, look, bro. Go to your YouTube studio, right?
Yeah, I'm on there right now.
Click. Hold on.
Settings, right?
You know?
Oh, I think I found it. Is it hold on. Permissions, right?
Oh my. Yeah, permissions.
This hold up, bro. Yeah, this is
or click. I think that you have to click. Hold on.
Community.
Yes. And you should see something about like redirects, bro.
Oh, I found it finally, bro. Can I just click save now? I think that's it.
Yes.
Okay, yes. I got it. Try it now. I just clicked it right now.
Oh my days, you stressing me out, bro.
Yo. Yo, I effed up the beginning of my stream too, bro. It's whatever, bro. But try it now, bro.
Nah, still not doing it. Maybe it's because you already went live. I don't know, bro.
Well, should I just?
Right, bro. Like maybe next time then.
Yeah, bro. Listen, it is what it is, bro. Like whatever, bro.
Yeah. All right, bro. Big up.
All right, bet. See you. Well, guys, listen. I absolutely flopped that, right? I mean, I was supposed to get a redirect, but your boy doesn't really know this YouTube thing still, right? So, I mean, it is what it is, right? But listen, I mean, let's actually talk about Barcelona let's talk about Real Madrid. Real Madrid, guys, by the way, I don't even know if you guys are still here with me in the chat, right? But listen, big up to the people who are here, right? Mashudu, right? Catalan, right? No chance of Pedri leaving. We're going to talk about that news, bro. I think the same, but I will be talking about that stuff. Catalan 0-9-4, conceding 4 at home to Sociedad, who struggle. Yeah, it is pathetic, but let me just say this, bro, right? Real Madrid, bro, if we win against our game, Barcelona, we will be playing Real Madrid, bro, right? They beat Sociedad. They beat Sociedad very unconvincingly, in my opinion. I think that they aren't. I think Real Madrid are shaky because they conceded 4 goals to Sociedad, who didn't even look that good. Of course, Jude Bellingham, he turned up when it matters most. Vinicius Jr. Those guys, bro, they're moments players, and that's all I can say about that, right? Yeah, big up NT, bro. Big up NT all the time. After losing to Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey finals, I trust Flick to reload us and to the promised land. Listen, I do agree, right? I do think we are going to beat Atletico Madrid. But the thing is that this Real Madrid team you've seen today, they can play ever so bad and they can still get results. That's the one problem I do not like about Real Madrid, right? That is why when people ask me, would you want to play them in a UCL final? I just say no, because they just have too many guys who could turn up randomly, like Mbappe, right? Not today. But even Endrick's goal was class, in my opinion. Little cheeky chip, right? Then they have guys like Bellingham who could just finish chances, box crash, even though his overall game, I feel like it's lacking, right? There's, what's it called? Who's that brother? Vinicius Jr. He's probably the biggest moments player there is, but his big moments, he turns up when it really, really, really matters most. You know what I'm saying? Man, I don't even know, bro. Like, I think that this Real Madrid team, I thought they were going to lose. When Sociedad were up 3-1, I was thinking, yo, that is an absolute opportunity for Sociedad if they defend well to win this game. But it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I mean, it's not the main topic of even today. Today is just another Barca news segment because there is honestly not too much transfer news, but there's some other things that I want to talk about, plus a little bit of transfer news regarding our players' departures, which probably will not happen, but I just wanted to address the rumors, right? Big up NT in the chat. Guys, if you guys are here, please smash the likes. You know what I'm saying? Early doors. Smash up the likes, guys. It helps the algorithm, and y'all mess with my content, and it will reach out to new people who also want to be part of this community because I am trying to build one, right? About Barcelona. Listen, Mashudu, bro. Listen, I made my preview. I dropped my preview. If you haven't checked that out, check that out. My preview legit talks everything about this game. Atletico, we have to win. You're right. There's a chance to go to the Copa del Rey final. We will have to turn up, right? Like Barcelona, I need to see them play well. I need to see them get the job done. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to look good this game. It is a second leg, but we do got to win this game. Emmanuel says, if Flick can't help us win the Copa del Rey versus Real Madrid, then we are cursed in the Copa del Rey. This is the thing. I grew up on us being very, very good in the Copa del Rey, right? With Messi, right? Suarez for a bit. But even before Suarez, like we were a very good Copa del Rey team. I think we've won the most in Spain, but bro, Real Madrid beat us last time in the Copa del Rey. It was a season where we won La Liga, but I think we can make amends. I think we could beat them, right? Listen, what is going on today? Big up, bro. I mean, like personally or like with Barca, because with Barca, there is still a lot of news to talk about. We're about to get straight into it. What is going on today, bro? I mean, if it's my personal life, I got a haircut, you know what I'm saying? Taper, you know what I'm saying? Looking clean. Hey, bro, that's all I'm saying. But if it's about Barca, bro, we got to win, right? We got a final to play, right? Mez, we absolutely have to win against Atletico. You're kind of scared. This is the thing. I'm kind of confident in the boys turning up because, like, to be honest, every single big game this season, bar one, which actually was against Atletico the first time we played them, we have turned up, Mez. So I wouldn't be too worried about Atletico. You guys need to remember they've had a really decent season up until the last couple weeks, bro. Real Madrid, they knocked them out the UCL on penalties, and Barcelona beat them in La Liga. So I do think that we will get the job done, but let's get straight into it because, man, where is it? Where do I even start, bro? Where do I even start? Listen. Let me share my screen, guys, because I feel like wow. I got so many tabs open, bro. Yo, I need to close this, bro. Guys, by the way, I messed up with the whole stream the start of it, just because I was expecting a little bit of redirect, but my settings, something went wrong, bro. That's on me ultimately, but it is what it is, bro. And the show must go on, right? Hold up. Yeah, because, guys, I want to show you guys the biggest news, right? It's that Pedri, guys. I think you guys can see this. Manchester City, they would be willing to spend 100 million euros to sign Pedri this summer. Source, Marca. Obviously, Marca is not the best source, but there is a bunch of, not a bunch, but there is a couple sources saying Pedri, it's not that he would be willing to go to Manchester City, but Manchester City, they want Pedri, and they would be prepared to spend over 100 mil. They would go over the top to sign Pedri. The thing is that I really doubt it happens still, because obviously Pedri is a Barcelona player, right? Also, when you're talking about the Spanish players at Barcelona, these guys are way more loyal, right? Compared to like an Ousmane Dembele, who's French, right? He doesn't really have that connection with Barcelona. But Pedri, Gavi, Lamine Yamal, you know what I'm saying? That's why the club is trying to go over Nico Williams. Because, guys, I don't know if you guys realize this, but when you are going to a Barcelona and you're Spanish, you're at the top level. You can't go higher than that. The Real Madrid, Barcelona, it doesn't get higher than that. For PSG, maybe the Frenchies a little bit different, but look at the English players. You very rarely see an English player leave the Premier League, right? And when they do, it's the odd one out like Jude Bellingham. But most of the time, it's Man United, Manchester City, Liverpool, right? Arsenal. They're the top clubs that the English players want to go to. And the reason for that, they want to see it's kind of weird. They perceive that as the top level, just how like we perceive Barcelona at the top level. Of course, Barcelona is above that, but it's way easier said, right, to keep your players when you got this Spanish squad that we got. Pedri, ultimately, guys, what do you guys think in the chat? I mean, I just don't see it. I don't see it realistically. I don't think that Barcelona would accept even 120 million offer, right? If it came from Man City, even if we needed the money, he's not the player that you're looking to sell, because ultimately Pedri and Lamine Yamal, they're the two guys that long term we're going to go as far as they can take us, because listen, they're our best players, right? So we need to keep Pedri. Obviously, it's without doubt, right? It's no debate. And you always see rumors like this. Will Pedri leave? Well, guys, like, do not be scared, right? I know Barca are broke, but Barca are not dumb, right? They will not be selling Pedri, who's probably our most consistent player and arguably our best player, arguably the best player in the world this season, right? So I really doubt that Pedri would even consider leaving, just because in his opinion, I think that he rates Barcelona way higher than Manchester City. And for Barcelona's sake, why would you sell your best player even for money when you can sell so many other guys, right? I mean, yeah, bro, listen, City's got the money though. That is true. City does got the money to make an interesting offer, but I really doubt that ever happens. Like, even if it's 130 million, I would not sell Pedri. It would have to be close enough near 300 million, right? Like, for the people who just are coming through, we're just talking about how Man City, there's actually a lot of reports. Not all of them are decent reports though, but a lot of reports are saying that they would be open to spend over 100 million to sign Pedri. I really doubt it happens though. Listen, Atleti will smash Barca. Listen, bro said Barca. Bro, what is this guy? Random guy 101. Yo, stay random, bro. Listen, I'm assuming you're a Real Madrid fan, but bro said Barca, right? Like, what was the last time we got a VAR decision towards us? You know what I'm saying? And you guys, by the way, Real Madrid, you guys get so many penalties. You guys didn't get a penalty today, and you guys almost went out. So these Real Madrid fans, they need to find some shame, right? Obviously, 100 million, no chance. Bro, City don't need Midri. Yeah, this guy is not a Barca fan, guys. This guy is not a Barca fan easily. Flick would not allow that. Mashudu, Flick would not allow it. Big up to a legend. Yo, big up to you, rich money makers, because I'm not going to lie. Everyone hit the likes and subscribe. It's free and it takes seconds. Absolutely, guys. It's free support. It helps me. You know what I'm saying? If you enjoy to watch my content, then it'll also help you, because I can put out better content towards more people and I can keep on going. But listen, you forgot Chelsea. Chelsea's got money, but Pedri wouldn't even consider Chelsea. There's no way, right? I mean, Chelsea, they got their own problems. I'm not going to lie to you. But listen, rich money makers, big up for your comment, bro, because it is true. Guys, smash the likes if you haven't already, right? Big up to Adam. Big up to rich money makers. Big up to NT. Man City can buy him. I would say this. Man City definitely could afford to buy him, but will they buy him? I don't think so. I think Pedri is rooted at Barcelona. I don't even think it is a debate, right? Yeah, Adam says he's a guy that he's probably not going to leave Barcelona. It's probably a one club type of thing. I know he played for Las Palmas earlier, but it's that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Chelsea's got money. He ain't going Chelsea. I'll be real. We need Adama Traore. Bro, listen, I really doubt that will happen, because I feel like that Barcelona, they're done with these, like mediocre loan type of signings. If we are going to sign a winger, we're going to sign the winger that we want. You know what I'm saying? We put ourselves in a position where, let's be real, Barcelona are an attractable place to go to right now. If you're a winger, like let's just say Leao, Diaz, right? Nico Williams, Adamo Lookman, you need to be playing your best football, because Barcelona are not in a position where they sign what they can afford, right? With the 1-to-1 rule, we're gonna sign what we want to get. So ultimately, all these guys, they got to be playing good football, because we will choose probably the guy who's performing the best. In my opinion, probably a Nico, probably an Adamo Lookman. But that will be a topic, right? Yeah, bro, I don't think it will happen, bro. I'll be real. Like, it just won't happen, right? Barcelona play better football than Real Madrid. And as a Brazil fan, I don't want Carlo. I don't think Carlo is the right person to take on Brazil forward, because Brazil need bro, like, you know when Real Madrid do this thing where they just let their best players play? That won't work at Real Madrid. Let me tell you why. It won't work at Real Madrid just because Brazil, they don't have that stability of a good defense. Real Madrid can mess around, play bad for a while, but they still got a very good defense. They still got a goalkeeper, so when the players on offense do arrive, they'll just win the game. They'll pick their moments to arrive, and they're going to score some goals. Bro, Brazil will just suffer. Like, by the time they finally decide playing good, they'll just be down 2-3-0, right? They were down like 3-1 to Argentina. That's not going to happen for Brazil. I don't think Carlos the guy. He's not the answer. Is in Spain, there are no links from City to any Barca players. I live in Barcelona. Catalan, I didn't know you lived in Barcelona. That's very cool. Let's sign Zagrova for Lamine's backup. That is a very, very good option. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Zagrova is a good player. I wouldn't say a world-class player, but he is a very, very good player. Listen, I don't think Pedri's going to leave. There's just no way. Listen, I just had to address the rumors, right? Some Barca fans were panicking, right? And I was like, ultimately, guys, I really doubt he's the guy who's going to leave. And I did want to say this, right? Guys, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me share it, right? Bro, Pedri's been absolutely phenomenal this year. Like, you guys can see on the graphic, Pedri, I think in our last 10 or 11 games, he has 8. Yes, I'm repeating it. He has 8 man of the matches, I believe, if I'm correct. Bro, Pedri has been phenomenal this year, right? In my opinion, our best player. No, Lamine's our best player, but he's our most consistent, and he's our second best player, in my opinion. I would put him over Raphinha in terms of ability. Raphinha, obviously, he's faster, right? He's more likely to dribble a guy, and he's a better finisher than Pedri for sure. He's our best match winner, matter of fact. But I will say this. Pedri this season, guys, like out of 10, you got to say it's a 9.5 season, if not 10, because what would be a 10 if this is a 9.5? Maybe like the Rodri Ballon d'Or season, but I'm being so real like with you guys, right? Guys, name a better midfielder than Pedri. Even the ops, bro, even the Real Madrid fan who's in the chat, yo, name a better midfielder than Pedri Gonzalez, because this season, he's been racking up man of the matches without GA, without the goals, right? Without the assists, right? And it's pure performances, right? Obviously, when Pedri, I would like him to score 1 or 2 more goals, maybe 5 or 6, right, over the course of the season. But I will say this, Pedri scores when we absolutely need him also. Remember the Atletico game that we lost 2-1? Who brought us back into the game, right? I believe it was the equalizer, or was it to go ahead? I forgot. But it was Pedri Gonzalez. And also, Pedri, man, he does score a couple clutch goals. I remember in our league title season, he scored a lot of match winners. So he can do that, but you're not going to get the best from him, right? From a deeper role, that is where he plays his best football, right? I mean, I don't think there's a better midfielder, right? Nobody in the chat has said anything, so I don't think, you know what I'm saying? I think you guys agree, right? Listen, I mean, dude, like Adam, bro, Pep will not get Pedri. Like even Pep, right, who, by the way, has kind of been on a decline. I don't think that will happen, right? Asil, big up Asil, by the way. We can give City, Ferran, Frankie de Jong, Eric, Araujo, and Inigo Martinez. Yo, what are we getting, bro? Like, listen, did I miss a comment? But I would not give up all those guys. Like Ferran, for example, if you gave me 50 million, maybe, right? But Ferran, right now, his transfer fee has to rise. He's been very, very good in 2025. And even before this season, Ferran has 15 goals. If he hits 20, his transfer has to be 55 to 60 million just because of, come on, bro, the Ferran stocks has risen, right? Whether we like it or not. I mean, listen, bro, Adam, Pedri, do you think that he should be the face of Barcelona next generation? Well, I will say this, he is. Like, I mean, some people might not view Pedri as one of the faces for the next generation, but for me, I've always said, in my opinion, it's Pedri, it's Lamine Yamal, and it's probably, like, I don't even know who's next. Probably a striker. Whoever our next striker is, it's going to be Pedri and Lamine Yamal for sure. They're our 2 best players. I really do think so, right? Some people even got Pedri into top 5 of the Ballon d'Or, which is absolutely crazy to see, right? Pedri's not for sale. Yeah, guys, Pedri ain't for sale. Do not believe these rumors, right? I just had to address it because some people were thinking, yo, if we get 150 million, should we do it? Absolutely not, bro. That is dumb. Listen, that is legit the definition of dumb. Legit, guys. How would you define dumb? I would say selling Pedri is very, very dumb. Like, I would not do that. No, Lamine Yamal, and Pedri are to the level where if you sell them, who are you gonna replace them with? Because it's gonna be a downgrade, whoever you get, right? So forget the money part. It ain't worth it, right? Like I said, right? In my opinion, Pedri, Lamine Yamal, Raphinha, they are our best players this season, right? Lewandowski is probably next up in terms of importance, right? Frankie de Jong, he's heating up his level, right? So it's not like we got only Pedri, but he is one of the guys who are very, very important, right? But guys, I do want to talk about Robert Lewandowski because Robert Lewandowski, right? People call me a big critic of Lewandowski, right? In my opinion, I just say I keep it real, right? Like when Lewandowski is playing good, when he's providing the goals, clutch goals, right? Against Girona, clutch penalties against Benfica, right? A good performance overall with a penalty and a really good assist to Lamine Yamal against Real Madrid in the Super Copa final. I will give him his credit. But Lewandowski, when he was playing bad, especially in November and December, I will also tell you guys, we didn't play bad. Robert Lewandowski just wasn't clinical today, right? But I do have to give credit, right? I will do a full screen right here because, listen, I'm a fair guy, okay? Lewandowski, right? In 2025, he has slowed off at the start, but he's heating back up again. And we're going to need Lewandowski. I feel like that we're going to go as far as he takes us in the competitions, like left, right? UCL, Copa del Rey. I think we're going to go as far as Lewandowski takes us. Real talk. I think that what if Lewandowski drops a stinker, right? And Raphinha and Lamine Yamal and Pedri are not able to bail us out, even though they are very consistent. I think Lewandowski, credit where credit is due. And I will say this. I changed this stance. I was saying we need to sell Lewandowski earlier this season, right? For the next season because we need to raise our transfer fee. I will say this. This has changed. I think Robert Lewandowski should stay as the backup or in a reduced role whatsoever, right? If it's Jonathan David to split time, if it's Isak, if it's Gyökeres, whoever it is, if it's even a young striker, even if, I can't say Ferran over Lewandowski, but I will say I want Lewandowski to do the Luke de Jong role. I think he would slap in it, right? He scored so many goals off the bench this season also when he gets subbed on, and also when he has rest. When he's very well rested, he plays very good. So it's not like it's a hate thing, but it's a better for Barca thing. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Adam says, I thought Pedri and Gavi were twin brothers when I first know about them. Excuse me, guys. But listen, Gavi, right? The thing about Pedri and Gavi is that they kind of market them together, but the thing is that Pedri is definitely one guy who's going to here to stay, you know what I'm saying? Pedri's a very, very good player, but when it comes to Gavi, I can't say the same, right? I think of Gavi as a role player. I don't think I'm being harsh, but in my opinion, I really think that he is a role player, bro. I think that unless if he improves his vision, unless if he improves that final ball, right? And also some other things like his ball carrying, just overall IQ, also positioning, defensive awareness, which he is good at that, to be fair. But until his overall game improves, I feel like that it's just Pedri. I know they market as Pedri and Gavi, but it's just Pedri and it's just Gavi. Come on, guys. We can't do that. We can't do that thing. Asio said, you guys never learn. Judge is real. Don't be confident. Listen, Judge is real for Real Madrid. Real Madrid are the only team in the world who can play very, very, very poorly and still somehow win, right? I'm the only one, who till the end, Madrid kept all their energy for the end of the season. I swear somehow if they're going to win everything. Listen, I don't think they're going to win everything, bro. First of all, we already beat them in a final, right? So we won the Super Copa, right? But I will admit, Real Madrid do have a winning mentality, just like Rich Moneymaker said, right? They always find a way. Even today, when they're down 3-1, they still found a way to get a result that favors them, take it to extra time. They conceded a late goal. They could have won it, but it didn't even go to penalties. Rudiger, clutch. Alaba, by the way, 2 own goals in one game, man. Like, that's crazy. I'm not going to lie. Alaba, I know, off an injury, but still, 2 own goals in one game is wild, bro. Midfielders that are good, Ederson, Rodri, Caicedo, Gravenberch, McAllister. Listen, I'm taking Pedri over all of them. Even Rodri, bro. Even Rodri, because Rodri's game is a lot more simple than Pedri's. But Rodri had a Ballon d'Or season. Rodri is a very, very good midfielder, right? But I just like my guy. I do like my guy. That's what I'm going to say about that, right? Yeah, 4 goals against Madrid and they lost, right? They're going home sad, bro. Listen, they're going home sad, right? Legit, they got necked on the way back. Like, Real Madrid legit played bad against Real Sociedad. And Real Sociedad, I'm not going to lie, I don't know how long they're going to hang on to that manager, but I will say, I feel like I've seen the same guys, the same faces, the same team, and not the same results, right? Like, other teams in Spain are more successful than Real Sociedad, right? Bilbao, I think Real Betis could potentially win the Conference League. I feel like they might need to improve their manager, right? Because, bro, and I don't know what's up with the Real Sociedad, but they're a nearly club. They nearly win, but they won't win, right? And today, you legit seen them. They played well, but guess what? They're going home with absolutely nothing. Listen, that's tough. But guys, I do want to show this right here, bro. I will be sharing my screen, right? Guys, look at this. I mean, what do you guys think about this? Because Robert Lewandowski, right, I think he's the first player also. He has reached 40 goals for club and country this season, right? And in my opinion, I was thinking, right? I was really thinking like, bro, I didn't know he hit 40 already for club and country. I think he has 35 this season for Barcelona. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's in the mid-30s for Barcelona. He has a couple goals with Poland, and I'm just surprised that this guy still got it. Like, I can't lie. I don't know how he's still scoring goals for Barcelona, and the rate that he is actually still decent. People are saying his form has dipped a bit in 2025, but he still scored so many goals for Barcelona. And that is why I would actually say, yo, I would actually keep Lewandowski for another year because I think as a backup, like Adam said earlier, I think the Luke de Jong role, I think he scores at least 20 goals as a backup. I'm not even joking, guys. Real talk. I think that he scores 20 goals as a backup, right? And I'm just surprised, real talk. Like, genuinely, I'll actually let me put the full screen. I'll hold my hands up and say I thought Lewandowski was washed. I thought you were washed. In November and December, I was convinced he was playing against us. You know what Benzema said to Vinicius, guys? That was me to Lewandowski. I was saying, yo, I really, really, really think that he might be a Madrid fan, right? He might not like Barcelona. Maybe he doesn't mess with Hansi Flick, but he's playing against us, bro. What are these chances you are missing against Atletico Madrid, against Leganes, right? Against Las Palmas? Like, it ain't acceptable, bro. Real talk. But Robert Lewandowski, that was his bad form, I guess, because he was finishing very bad, right? Now, I will give him credit. He's finishing very good. The chance against Girona, the one that I really thought that Unk was going to break his leg. Because let's be real, Lewandowski still got it. He's an Unk, bro. This guy is old enough probably to be not a grandpa, right? He's not that old, but he's definitely uncle age, bro. He's legit the definition of Unk Lewandowski. He still got it, though, right? And he's still scoring goals. And I could see him scoring 8 to 9 more goals for Barcelona. Maybe stat pad in the league a bit. Maybe tomorrow. I heard, by the way, he might be on the bench, right? I mean, listen, ultimately, I really don't know. Let me read the chat, though. What are you guys saying about that? What time is going live? Are you talking about me? Because tomorrow I will be doing the watch along for all those people who want to watch with me. I will be doing the watch along. I already scheduled it, right? It's going to be 20 minutes before the game. I will be live maybe 30 minutes before the game. But listen, we got to win that game. I'm not, bro, but guys, I will give you guys this. I'm undefeated in watch-alongs. I have only seen one draw to Getafe, and the rest are wins. Every single game. No. I think also Atletico Madrid, Barcelona 4-4. I think I might have. I'm not sure. But listen, guys, I'm undefeated when it comes to watch-alongs, and I will be watching. So hopefully Barcelona get the job done while I'm watching, right? I'll be live tomorrow. Don't worry, guys. Suarez is still better. Listen, I do agree. I think that Suarez all-time, legacy-wise, as a player for Barcelona, Suarez is a very, very good player, right? I think that Suarez is an overall football player. He has more abilities than Lewandowski. Suarez, what did they say about Suarez? Suarez can nutmeg a mermaid. Listen, certain man said that. The street said that, right? And Lewandowski, I can't say that, right? And I said this before. For some Barca fans who are saying Lewandowski over Suarez, number one, he has to win us a UCL. That is an absolute must, okay? He has to win us another league title. Absolute must. He has to win us a Copa del Rey. Absolute must, right? I think that Suarez clears Loa as a player in general, right? Forget the trophies, just as a player. But I will say this. If Lewandowski gets a UCL, gets another league title, gets a Copa del Rey in this year or next, right? I'm just saying the conversation at Barcelona, just strictly Barcelona, their legacy, it's a lot closer. I do have to admit. But I will take Suarez all day long for now, just because of his ability, bro. You know, I've seen some of the craziest goals Suarez has scored, some of the craziest violations, right? David Luiz, legit. Bro, you can't take back what everybody's seen, right? Legit. Cut in 4K, you know what I'm saying? Ultra HD. That nutmeg was crazy. And then he finesses it with some swagger, right? Against PSG in Paris. That was a disgusting goal. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you guys know what I'm talking about. That goal against PSG was sick. Lewandowski in 3 seasons is hitting 100 goals for Barca, but he is washed. I will say this, Catalan, be real, okay? He is semi-washed. Let's be real. The system of Hansi Flick is getting the best out of him. Otherwise, why would we be linked to a striker that is supposed to start, like, for example, an Isak or a Gyökeres? So he has to be somewhat semi-washed. Also, when you watch him, the first touch is shaky, but he has scored more goals. Bro, what can I say? Robert Lewandowski has scored more goals than your favorite player. Listen, that's the fact, right? If you're a rival fan watching, he has more goals than Mbappe, I'm pretty sure, in the UCL and La Liga. So for all the props that Mbappe is getting, and rightfully so, because he has been carrying them in the recent weeks, but Lewandowski scored more goals than Mbappe so far. And Lewandowski and Mbappe, I feel like they're so, how do I say it? They're like front third players that they're not involved in the game as much. They're mainly, are they scoring goals type of thing. Listen, we barely beat them 4-2. We lost 2-1 after being 1 up, and we drew 4-4 when we were 4-2 up. Yeah, bro, listen, I'll be real. Barcelona, Atletico, it will be a tight game. Listen, I gave my reasons in my preview, right? It was a solid video, and I thought that, honestly, it's going to be 3-2. I think it's going to go to extra time. I think that Atletico, it's the last thing they got to play for, so I think they're going to give it a little bit extra, right? They're going to give it that little bit extra juice that they did in the UCL, to be fair. But in La Liga, they're definitely not playing with the same vim, you know what I'm saying? With the same intensity. Loa needs competition. Yeah, bro, Asil, that's my thing. I feel like that you'd get the best out of him too. Get Isak. Isak would absolutely slap. That's my dream signing. I made a video on that too. But I will say this. Isak is going to be very tough to afford, real talk. Mbappe didn't even score today. Yeah, but I'm just saying in the recent weeks, he did do very good for Real Madrid. I was watching a couple of their games. Without Mbappe being clinical, they would have, you know what I'm saying, lost games, right? Like against Leganés on the weekend, I believe. So, bro, extra time, I do think it'll probably go to extra time just because it's Atletico's last competition. But, I mean, guys, we have a lot of things to talk about still. So we have to move forward with this Atletico talk. Lewandowski, by the way, he might be on the bench, right? But this is long-term, what I want to show you guys right here. Because, guys, I will say this, right? Bro, what are you guys saying about this news? Because according to UEFA regulations, Szczhesny and Stegen cannot be in the same squad list for the Champions League game. Hansi Flick has to decide one of the two he calls. And for me, I will say this. I do believe Ter Stegen, in my opinion, right? Like, how do I say this? I think that Ter Stegen, yeah, he's the captain, but let's be real, guys, and let's keep it 100%. Szczhesny this season has been better than Ter Stegen this season. When they have both played, Ter Stegen, remember against Monaco, remember in the early season, when I was looking at Ter Stegen, I was looking at him funny because I'm already a guy, if you think I'm harsh on Lewandowski, oh my God, my thoughts on Ter Stegen, you might say it's illegal. Like, you might have to legit unsubscribe from the channel because what I think about, and by the way, don't do that, but what I think about Ter Stegen is I think he's past it, right? And I do not think that this is a smart decision. Szczhesny against Benfica, if the away game, the first leg that we won 1-0, I do not think really do not think that Ter Stegen gets us out of that sticky situation. I think that if Ter Stegen's there, we lose 3-1. and then we're probably out of the Champions League. Real talk, right? I'm being so real with you guys because when the going gets tough and you need a Thibaut Courtois, you need a shot stopper to bail you out. Szczhesny actually has been very good. Also, Rayo Vallecano, very, very good. In my opinion, Szczhesny was arguably man of the match. Matter of fact, he was man of the match that game. So I do feel like there's been 3 games specifically where Szczhesny's played very, very good. And, bro, Asil, I think the same. I don't really rate Ter Stegen anymore. That's the key word. In my opinion, I will say this. Ter Stegen used to be very good. He used to be a very good goalkeeper, but those days has passed. And it's okay because what do they say? Father Time is undefeated. Everybody gets washed eventually. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys are looking at the NBA and you're seeing LeBron play for over 20 years, but even he will be washed one day, and he is semi-washed, right? Lewandowski, I would say, is the definition of semi-washed. But Ter Stegen, in my opinion, it's donezo. Your legacy at Barca, it's over. You won a UCL for us, right? Why can't we have both of them? I mean, it's the rules. They can't be in the same squad list, so it is what it is, right? I mean, I think that we got to move on from Ter Stegen. And listen, you asked a good question, Nobody, right? That's a funny name. I can't lie, being named Nobody on YouTube. But I will say this, right? I think that I personally, I want Jan Garcia from Espanyol. I think he's a very decent goalkeeper. I think that he's very solid, good shot stopping. You know, he's definitely got his legs under him, right? Ter Stegen, he keeps getting these injuries every other year, major injuries, right? I don't think I can handle anymore with Ter Stegen. I think that it's best to move forward, and if we can get a transfer fee for Ter Stegen, even better. You know what I'm saying, right? Jan Garcia is my guy. I would like to take – listen, you're saying, listen, you don't mess with Espanyol, but why don't you take their best player? Like, ultimately, I do think he's their best player. He's their only player that I look at, and he's somewhat desirable. Who else is on Espanyol's roster? Let's be real, right? I mean, Emi Martinez, he's your goalkeeper. Everybody loves Emi, but he's just not the GOAT. Let's be real. He's a very good in the clutch moments, penalty kicks. He's, in my opinion, top 5. But I don't think he's the best goalie in the world, especially when you got Thibaut Courtois, when you got Alisson from Liverpool. There's some guys that you got to put, like with all due respect, over Emi. Emi is clutch. As a matter of fact, if it's one save to make, I would say Emi. But listen, Ter Stegen, his time's over. Yeah, it's time to move on, bro. I mean, you could hope they get relegated. That's cool because ultimately, that might mean that Espanyol, it might be easier to get Jan Garcia. He's very solid, bro. From what I've seen, he's actually impressed. Against Atletico Madrid, a 0-0 game, he made very good saves. Against Real Madrid, he played very well when they beat them 1-0. So, I mean, that's my opinion, right? But I do got to say this, right? I mean, let's look at some of this, okay? Because we were talking about the game, basically, right, against Atletico Madrid. Let's just look at some of these tweets because obviously Christensen, Raphinha will be back, apparently, right? And I think that will be a big, big boost, right, to have Christensen because Cabarsi's coming back from injury. If we can have Christensen finally, by the way, yo, this brother's been injured the whole season. We need at least 10 games from Christensen, bro. Like, even if it's off the bench because Araujo and Nico, the high line, it's demanding, man. And we're not having one of our actual best defenders, in my opinion, pure defending. Christensen is very underrated. I feel like people are forgetting. I would sell him, obviously, in the summer, but he is an underrated player, but he should leave at the end of the season still. I would take $25 million for Christensen because he is injury prone, and I would be happy to take that. But Christensen, let's be real, I'm happy to have him for the rest of the season, right? Yeah, because Flick, basically Hansi Flick, he spoke out to the press. He said a lot of quotes. Some of them were interesting, and I just want to address some of them, right? Atletico have an experienced coach who knows how to decide matches. Absolutely true, right? As for La Liga, there's a long road ahead. I mean, let's be real. Atletico, their La Liga hopes are finished, right? But the Copa del Rey, that's the only competition left. I think Hansi Flick knows this, right? I mean, he's speaking about the squad. I'm proud of this team. I'm very hungry to win titles with this squad. Listen, I agree. This squad is very good, right? I do agree with Hansi Flick. I think it's a very good squad, but it's not a great squad because of 2 reasons. We do have holes in the squad, left wing. I feel like striker we need to improve on. I think that we need a goalkeeper, so that's 2 automatic ones, right? I feel like that we still need fullbacks, so that's 3 positions, right, that we still need to strengthen. The other reason why I would say it's a very good team but not a great team yet is that great teams win, right? And they win big. And Barcelona in the last 4 years only have 4 trophies. We need to win more, right? In the next 4 years, I would like to have 12 or 13 trophies. That's what I want to see, if not more, right? At least 10, if not more, right? I want to actually progress as a team, and then I could call myself, right? I could call my team Barcelona, a great team. But I do want to be level-headed, right? Listen, Hansi Flick spoke a lot. Listen, did I lose it, guys? Yeah, bro, Cabarsi will be able to play tomorrow. So we're going to get Cabarsi, potentially Raphinha, and also Christensen in the squad list. So it is a good, time for Hansi Flick. He's having all of his players. And this is what I want to talk about right here. Are you prepared for penalty shootouts? That is what the reporter asked Hansi Flick. Flick said yes. Some players have taken penalties and some have missed, right? Like Lamine Yamal. Let's be real, guys. Lamine's penalty for Spain was not a good one. Let's be real. Pedri bailed him out, but, right, he said, it's football. We are prepared. And this is very good because a lot of times teams forget to prepare their penalty kicks. Penalty kicks is a very big part of knockout football. And I need to see our best penalty takers, at the end of the game. In the game, right? You know what I'm saying? Number one, Lewandowski's got to take that. And that's what I'm seeing reports of Ferran starting. I think it's a very, very smart decision because ultimately we do play better with Ferran, guys. I do think the actual performance, we play better with Ferran. Remember that first goal we scored against Osasuna? The link-up play with Frankie de Jong, Balde, and Ferran Torres was beautiful. One touch, flicks and tricks, great cross, slides in, goal. Bang. That's 1-0 Barcelona. But what I will say is this. I think that it's super smart to start Ferran. I know Ferran played kind of bad against Atletico in that 4-4 game, but I will say this. You start Ferran. If the game is super tight and it looks like it's going to penalties, you put on Lewandowski, who, by the way, could score in regular time, right? You know what I'm saying? Before the 120 minutes are up. But what I will say is that Lewandowski is cash money from the penalty spot, right? Let's be real. Yo, Lewandowski, if I want a clutch penalty, I want Lewandowski, right? I don't bet. I'm not a betting man. But if I was, I'll bet the house. No, I wouldn't. That's crazy. Obviously, not this year. But other years he has missed penalties. But Lewandowski, penalty, remember against Benfica, 2 penalties that were very clutch. He finished both of them, right? I think that Lewandowski is quality from the spot. Let me read some of the chat. I mean, listen. Okay, yeah, Yaun Garcia has a 30 million buyout clause. Is that true? Because if that's true, I would snap that up. I think he's worth probably 50 million. I think that goalkeepers, I would say they're cheaper than attackers, but they're still very important. Obviously, attackers win you games, goalkeepers save you, right? Christian should leave. Ultimately, the guy has been so injury prone, right? And he was a very good defender. But I do think when you're giving us 25 million to 30 million potentially, it is worth it, right? Yeah, I feel the frustration. You are tired of this guy because every time it's time to get fit, he's not fit anymore, right? And that's really annoying. Listen. Bro, Asilsa Hansi Flick should ask the club for new defenders. These defenders we have won't deal with the high line, high press football. Trust me, I don't think that Christensen can handle it, especially with his muscles. He's been injured a lot. I don't think it's the right approach, right? You're saying the Ferran Loa combination. I don't think that will happen tomorrow, and I wouldn't want that to because Lewandowski is actually good off the bench also. When he's come off the bench, the few games he has, he scored. He scored, right? The other game against Osasuna, scored a banging header from Fermin Lopez, right? And he was off the bench. And Lewandowski, I was saying, he was moving. You know what I'm saying? Unk still got it. And it's because he was fresh. I think that you shouldn't start Ferran and Lewandowski unless you're chasing a game, unless you need a goal. Because Ferran is great off the bench. Lewandowski is good off the bench. Why would you start them both? In my opinion, 2 very good impact players. Lewandowski obviously is more than that. But that's my take on that, right? You're rewatching Barca 2015. Yeah, bro. Listen, I'll say this. We might get the success back in trophies, but we will not get some of the crazy. When I'm talking about football, guys, we play beautiful football. I would say, I do admit, our team plays good football. But when I'm talking about party football, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, flip Netflix, bro. I'm going to watch Barca. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to have that. You know what I'm saying? When Neymar is doing soul roll nutmegs, when Neymar is doing, a rainbow, because why not? We're up for it. The goals don't impress us no more. We need nutmegs and skills. You know what I'm saying? We need some violations, right? We need to be entertained, right? We've seen 4 goals. Now drop a man on the floor, right? We're not going to get that party football back. I don't think so. Maybe Lamine has that. Some guys don't, right? I feel like that, obviously Lewandowski, Raphinha, more direct players. I will say this, though. That team had cold ballers like Messi, Suarez, right? Neymar. These guys had nutmegs for fun, bro. That's a different level of, footballing ability, right? You have PTSD from last season. I ain't trusting this team. I do understand your point because we had a couple seasons where, like 2019, where I really was convinced that we would win the treble and we only won the league, right? We didn't even win the Copa del Rey, I think, against Valencia, right? And bro, we basically sold in 2019. We sold against Liverpool, and ever since then, we haven't been close to winning the Champions League. Let's be real. Asil, what do you expect from Barca to beat Atletico in the league? I think we got it, bro. Like, guys, I know you guys are concerned, and I do not want to be making a live about, guys, we're out of the Copa del Rey. But I do think that this Barcelona team, they're level-headed. I think they got the job done. But guys, let's go to the last topic, right, of today. I mean, I do think I might have another 2 topics, but I think this is the one that I really want to talk about because, finally, a source, even if it's not the absolute best of sources, Marca, right? They said breaking. Hansi Flick considers that Luis Diaz does not fit into this profile. He prefers to sign a younger player like Nico Williams or Adamo Lookman. What I will say is this. Part of this makes sense. Luis Diaz is 28 years old, and I will say this. I think that he would only give Barcelona 2-3 good years, right? But I do have to admit this. Adamo Lookman is not that young. He's 27. He's only 1 year younger, but what I will say, he'll probably give you 2, 3, 4 years that are good, right? So it's not the young approach, but I do think that I do like Lookman as an overall football player over Luis Diaz. And for the price tags that we're linked with, Lookman for 30 million is an absolute bargain. That's a steal. That's, what I'm saying? You go to the store, discounted aisle, and you grab that and you dip and you're happy. You're not even thinking about the price that you paid because that looks very good. Nico Williams, right? I would take Nico. I think that some of his ability is a little bit overhyped by Barca fans. That Euros, I say friends with Yamal tax, friends with Pedri tax. Let's be real, right? But Nico is a very good player too, right? Not as good as Lookman for him, in my opinion. But if you want vision, if you want, right, potential in the future, if you're looking for a left winger, I do understand Nico Williams, right? He has played in La Liga. He plays very good with Dani Olmo, Pedri, Lamine Yamal, all the Spanish guys. I do understand it, right? But I do think that one of these 2 wingers, these are my top 2 choices. So either way, I win. I like Lookman. I do like Nico Williams, right? I do not want Leao. I do not want Luis Diaz because I feel like there's no point, guys. I really don't think there's a point of that, right? Yes, Asil, you want Lookman. Listen, Lookman, I would love Lookman too. I would. But listen, hey, nobody's saying Nico clears. I will say this. I don't know about Nico clearing. I think that overall, Adamo Lookman is actually a better player than Nico Williams, right? This debate will happen in so many lives. But what I will say is that Nico Williams would help Barcelona by default, right? And Asil saying Nico rejected us. I know, bro. Listen, what? Yo, what am I saying, bro? Listen, bro said you guys are so shameless. You want somebody who rejected us? Move on from Nico. I beg you. Listen, I hear part of it, right? When somebody rejects you and he doesn't really fully want it. But I do think there's a factor that Nico, his family are very closely tied to Athletic Bilbao. It's not like he rejected us for Arsenal or like a Tottenham Hotspur or even a Real Madrid, right? He stayed at Bilbao, right? And he wants to play that Europa League final. But I do hear it. I was questioning Nico's mentality. I was saying, are you sure? Are you really sure that you want to stay at Bilbao for next year where it's not guaranteed, first of all, that we even want you, right? What if you play bad and Barcelona move on, right? And get an Adamo Lookman for a cut price. But Nico would help us, though. That's my thing. Like, I'm looking at the wingers, right? Outside of Adamo Lookman, he's my second choice, right? So if we get my second choice, I'm not too mad, right? He would provide balance. He would provide some dribbling. He would provide assists and good crosses, right? And he would also provide transitions, right? Hansi Flick system relies a lot on that. In the Flick system, he would eat. Let's be real, bro. Lewandowski would be well fed. You know what I'm saying? He would score another 25 goals. Move on from Nico. Arsenal wants him. Listen, I do agree with this. Lookman is better in my opinion. Leao is better than Ferran, but Leao is way too much. That is unrealistic, guys. That's absolutely unrealistic in my opinion. Big up Yao, bro. Big up Yao. Yo, big up to you. You know what I'm saying? Yao Felix might need to come. I'm just kidding, yo. But Yao, that's a sick name. I can't lie. Inaki is better, by the way. Inaki is more consistent. Inaki is more consistent. Nico Williams with him is that he's either good or it's bad. You know what I'm saying? It's going to feel like a Raphinha in like his first season where he either provided us with a goal or assist, right, and was solid, or it's going to be like, yo, the guy cannot dribble. You right? I do not want to see Nico Williams dribbling out of bounds. But, Asil, you do got to admit this, right? Okay, you're saying he's similar to Mudryk. He just runs. I do agree. He's a PMP player. But I feel like that we don't have too many of those guys on our squad, right? Lamine, Pedri. I feel like that youngster Tony Rodriguez, or what is his name, Tony Fernandez, I think that he's going to get promoted soon because he's very, very good. He's very, very technical. I think that we got playmakers. We need runners. You know what I'm saying? And let's be real. In this generation, right, we do need some runners, bro. Like, let's be real. Football has kind of dropped off. We were talking about that 2015 team, right, with Messi, Neymar, Suarez. All of them have elite footballing ability. Football is now a lot of industrial players, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, run first players. And I don't like that. I will say I do not like these type of players. But I do know the importance of getting one or two of them in the squad because we can adapt to every single type of game, right? I do not want to see a game where, we can't transition because we don't even got the physicality to do so. I think Nico would help us, but I do know what you mean. I think that Nico is a little bit overrated, right? I'm being real, right, guys? A lot of guys think they're going to get the Euros Nico. That was the best I've ever seen Nico play, by the way, right? I've watched Nico. He's not as crazy as you think. He's probably like a Doku type of player, right? A Barcola. He's probably what we want Barcola to be. For PSG, that's what we want Nico to be for Barcelona, right? Exactly that is how I would say, right? Of course, he needs to get his GA up, but they're similar type of players, right? We need a winger who's good in cam and left wing role because Balde is our winger already. But Balde, this is the thing, I don't think he can cross the ball as good as some other guys, right? Like actual wingers. Nico Williams has a better cross than Alejandro Balde. Asil, he said, I'm not rating Nico that highly. He barely scores. I do agree, bro. I do agree. Listen, Asil, you have my perception on Nico Williams, but this is the thing. Name 2 or 3 guys who you'd rather buy over Nico Williams, right? It's only Ademola Lookman that I would take over him. Other than that, let's be real, guys. There's not that much quality out there. Let's be real. Let's keep it 100. There's not that much quality. I mean, I wouldn't want Nico. If there was a young Neymar, right? If there was Kvaratskhelia from PSG, I would take him over Nico. But the reality is he went to PSG. He's not available at Napoli for 70 million. So it's just the truth, right? I know that you're saying Leao. Yeah, Leao, no, you didn't say Leao, but you said Leao is just lazy. Leao just ain't going to go to Barcelona. I think that's completely cut off. Let's be real, guys. Let's be real. I mean, listen, I'm not trolling, but what's Balde good at? Bro, Balde is good at dribbling the ball, right? From space, right? In space. I feel like that he gets out of pressure very well. I wouldn't call it dribbling, though. I would say he drives with the ball very well under pressure, right? I think that Balde needs to give work on his cross. Like, bro, Balde needs to do what Lamine Yamal needs to do, right? Lamine Yamal, this summer, okay? Lamine Yamal, I want you to go to the soccer pitch and legit shoot 1,000 times because I need them goals up, okay? I know Lamine's bringing me everything, but I want goals too, bro. Listen, you can call me greedy. You can call me selfish. Lamine gets in some decent areas to score, right? And he could be the best player in the world if he ups that finishing, right? So 1,000 shots, Lamine Yamal, per day, right? Alejandro Balde, 1,000 crosses. I need to see some dimes, bro. I'm tired. And by the way, good cross from Balde, right? He has played better the last couple games against Osasuna. That was a peach of a cross. I need crosses, Jordi Alba level crosses from Alejandro Balde because, guys, too many times does Balde actually get into a good position and then the cross is lacking. And then now the defense, they're not under pressure anymore. They're chilling. You know what I'm saying? They're seeing Balde cross the ball, a little floater that's not even precise, right? And they head that out easy. We need Balde to work on the crossing, and we need Lamine Yamal to work on his shooting. Absolutely. Leao is bad. Listen, bro, I do agree. I don't think he's worth that at all. I don't think he's worth that at all. Real talk. Like, it ain't happening. You're right. I mean, Kvara is good, but he didn't choose us. That's what I'm saying. Asil, bro, Nico is my second choice. I think that's absolutely fine. I think that Adamo Lookman as your first choice, right? Cut price. I do think a lot of clubs will be in for him, like Arsenal, like a Tottenham, right? Maybe even a team like Liverpool because they love these nice deals, right? I do think that these teams will be in for him, but I just think that Nico has to be my second choice winger that I would want. You know what I'm saying? I've done videos on Adamo Lookman, why Barca should sign him. I watch football. I watch a lot of ball, bro. Your boy's got ball knowledge. But I will say this. If Nico comes, I will not be too mad. I won't, right? Yao said Balde in 2022 was really good at crossing. I do agree. That Balde's crossing for that 1 year was actually decent. But the thing is this. Balde, the thing is, when you have one good year in any sport, now you're on film. You know what I'm saying? You're on the scouting report. Now we know Balde likes to go down the outside and do a little low cross because he's very good at that. That's the only cross that he's got. But the thing is this. Now they're not going to let you go outside. They're going to make you go inside. And Balde, he's not like a Marcelo. He's not even like a Jordi, you know what I'm saying, who's very good at getting open somehow, some way. So, like, bro, he just has to get, like, I don't know if you guys know the saying, but Balde needs to get his bag up, bro. He needs more skills. He needs a little bit of better crossing. I do agree, right? Bro, real talk. I do like Balde, though. He does, bro, this is the thing, guys. You do have to admit, Balde does provide a lot to the team. Let's be real, guys, because without Balde, right, I mean, I remember a lot of Barca fans, for example, they liked João Cancelo. But did you like João Cancelo versus PSG when he was, you know what I'm saying, conceding a penalty, letting Ousmane Dembele score at the back post, uncontested? And then I'm seeing in the Benfica game, right, the first leg, when we're down to 10 men, I'm seeing Alejandro Balde defending for his life. 2 men at the back post, and he's got both of them on clamps. So I do disagree when people say Balde is useless. That's absolutely untrue. Balde is a better defender than João Cancelo. Balde is not a better footballer than João Cancelo, but he is a good player to have. He just lacks one thing. If he gets that one thing, even if it becomes average, Barcelona goes up a level, legit, easy, just like that. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I can't lie, though. Asil, you got some strong footballing takes, but some of them I do agree with, like the Lookman. I do like Lookman, but I don't see enough links, right, outside of the one that I shared. What about Karim Adeyemi? I think that I don't want him, bro. I don't think that I haven't seen enough from him, and when I have seen from him, not really consistent scorer, right? He's doing all right in the Bundesliga. Who cares, bro? In my opinion, I will say this. I want Nico partially because he's faced these low blocks in La Liga. So he's not going to be surprised when Getafe is parking the bus, when Mallorca is parking the bus, when Osasuna and Real Betis are playing a low block. Not a low block, but like a mid block. You know, all these La Liga teams, they spam that mid block. The 4-4-2 mid block is the most popular formation by these mid-table La Liga teams. So, like, I will say this. This is a good name. I do like Gittins more than Karim Adeyemi. What I seen from Gittins, but, you know, keep in mind, it was against Barcelona. The first time we played Dortmund, he was cooking Koundé. But the thing is, at the same time, we play a super high line. How many teams are we going to face that play a high line? Over the course of the season, maybe 10, right? 10 out of 60. You know what I'm saying? So Gittins, I don't know if he's the winger for Barca, but I do like what he has done. You know what I'm saying? I do like that. I like Gittins' game. I think he's decent. You know, I do rate him over a lot of these PNP wingers, right? Bro, listen, I do agree this. The other leagues do have ballers, and if Barcelona are smart, they could snap up a couple. Like, you know, I know we're linked with Jonathan Tah, but why not get Schlotterbeck? You know, Schlotterbeck is so good, by the way, that he was taking Borussia Dortmund's corner kicks. And by the way, this guy's a defender. He's actually a good defender, and he's taking corner kicks. He got 2 assists the other day for Borussia Dortmund. You know why? because he's an overall football player. It's just like Sergio Ramos. I'm not comparing them, but Ramos is very, very good when it comes to being a football player and a defender. And I think Schlotterbeck, you put him at Barcelona, I think he thrives. I really do think he does. Nobody said how long is Flick staying for. I think 3 to 4 more years, right? Because I think overall 4 years, because he is old. I have seen reports that he does want to, be a grandfather or whatever with his family, spend some time. And you see the way that Flick is, good man manager. I do think that will translate also to the house. I think that he's just a nice guy, bro. Overall, Flick, he's strict with his work, but I think he is a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing to have. You know what I'm saying? Work hard, right? But when you come home, don't take your work stress to the people around you, right? Obviously. And I do think Flick will probably stay another 3 years or 4 years after the season ends. Patrick Schick, I don't know if he's the guy. I'll be real. But let me share what else do I got, bro? What else do we got? Listen, that was technically the last thing. I will say this, guys. Let's conclude with this, right? I do think that Laporta this summer, guys, he has to get Hansi Flick some players. It cannot be the same scenario like, right, this season where it's just a Dani Olmo thing. And where Dani Olmo, by the way, he is injury prone, sadly, but he's so good when he plays. The one thing that Jan Laporta has to do is get Hansi Flick some players, bro. Come on, man, because Hansi Flick, let's be real, he has coached very good for 80% of the season. The 6 weeks in November and December, when we were bad and we won I think 3 games in all competitions in the 2 games, bro, in the 2 months, we won 3 games or 4 games, you know what I'm saying? In 2 months at Barcelona, listen, that form is the only thing I say Hansi Flick, you could have took Lewandowski out the lineup quicker, you know what I'm saying? You could have maybe done a little bit more with the high line because it was looking very suspect in those times, right? In the UCL, we were still doing solid. But in La Liga, we were suffering. And Jan Laporta, you got to look at the squad and listen to Hansi Flick because you really didn't fully back him, I feel like. I think you tried your best, right? I give Laporta a lot of credit for some things. I do give him some criticism for the Olmo registration. Why is it so unconvincing? Why is he unregistered, then re-registered? You know what I'm saying? It's just a bit funny. But this summer, no excuses. Get me at least a fullback, right back. You know what I'm saying? Get me a left winger. Get me at least, you know what I'm saying, a striker. I want 3 guys. If not, that's the bare minimum, by the way. The bare minimum is 3. I realistically want 5, maybe 1 loan signing. Get me 4 guys and 1 loan signing, and I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? You cannot leave Hansi Flick with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Real Madrid, let's be real, guys. They're about to get Trent. They're about to, you know what I'm saying, potentially get Saliba. How is Barcelona going to be left, you know what I'm saying, with nothing? Jonathan Tah on a free is cool and all, but if they're getting Saliba and potentially Dean Huijsen from Bournemouth and Trent Alexander-Arnold, and we're getting some team scraps or guys who are okay players, I'm not buying that. That's on Laporta. That's not on Flick. So, in my opinion, right, this summer, no excuses. Get the job done. You're saying Deco out. He only wants Diaz. I don't know if that's true, but I do agree that Deco does want Diaz. That is for sure. I don't know if I want Frimpong just because, in my opinion, I'd rather have a right back who is just a right back who's better on defense than offense. Let me tell you why. Lamine Yamal is so good that, you know what I'm saying, defensively, we just need to get some cover for him like Jules Koundé. So get a Ratiu from the Rayo Vallecano who's decent. Get a Munoz, right? Those are the 2 guys that I like. Vanderson, I've seen some, but I don't know. We just need technically competent and a good fullback who can defend. That's about it. We don't need some star like Trent. You know what I'm saying? We got Lamine Yamal. I understand if Lamine's not playing. Now we need an offensive right back. But just get one who's technically competent, and I think we're fine. You know what I'm saying? Bale was a fullback. Yeah, but listen, I don't know about Frimpong. He does lack a lot in his game. That's the one thing. Outside of being out wide, as an overall footballer, I'm just not convinced. You know what I'm saying? Links to Diaz, bro, I don't know. I don't know about Diaz, bro. I just wouldn't like it. I feel like there's so much better in the market than Diaz, and I said that the market is kind of dead. So, listen, you guys get the message, bro. Can we drop the high line? It's risky. I think we should only drop the high line, in moments of games, not fully. Hansi Flick ain't going to do it. Asil, be realistic. He hasn't dropped the highline the whole season. He's dropped it like 2 games this whole season, bro. He ain't dropping it. And one of them was against Benfica, the first leg. We're down to 10 minutes. That doesn't really count. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't have any good midfielders. Only Pedri I rate. I think De Jong's good when he's fully fit, when De Jong's fully firing. But that's just the truth. I think De Jong, this season, the first, when he was injured coming back, he was playing bad against Real Betis, gave away a penalty, a horror cameo, off the bench. But I think De Jong, he's going to be back, and I think he's going to be back to his best. When do we play at the Camp Nou? We're going to be back in, I think, October time. I think that's what they said. But ultimately, nobody knows. God knows, bro. Jan Laporta keeps on postponing it. That's normal for construction. But still, I really don't know when. Next season, sometime next season, probably. No players from La Liga, I beg. Listen, I don't know about all that. Bro, this is the thing, Asil. It's very easy for me to like La Liga players because I think that I watch them more. I definitely watch La Liga more than the Prem or even Bundesliga or Serie A. Right? I do watch the Prem, but I do like what I see from La Liga. Some players in La Liga are gems, bro. What if Barcelona in the Messi era signed Iago Aspas? You know what I'm saying? What if we signed Aritz Aduriz from Athletic Bilbao? That striker, one of their best strikers ever, right? What if we signed him when he was in his prime? I think that if you sign Iago Aspas, who turns into Maradona versus us, that would hit 100%. I would only sign the best out of La Liga, though. I'm not signing any guy, you know what I'm saying? You're scared Mbappe is going to score because of the high line, probably. Listen, Mbappe's got to learn how to stay on side, but I hear you. Mbappe can score. We will score 5. Absolutely, bro. Y'all tell him, bro. What happened in that Super Cup? Mbappe scored. Decent goal. Yeah, you guys are up. But guess what happened? 5-1 or 5-2, whatever. We destroyed them. You know what I'm saying? We beat them at their own crib. Mbappe couldn't stay on side. You know what I'm saying? Looking like me when I first started playing soccer, right? Bro, gems. There is some, bro. You'd be surprised, bro. When Barcelona gets chefed up versus Osasuna, bro, why are we getting chefed up? I want to know the reason why. Does Osasuna have a player that I don't know of? And, bro, didn't Pedri, the one guy that you rate, didn't he come from Las Palmas? Is that not in Spain? What are we supposed to be? FC Barcelona International? Listen, we're FC Barcelona. I will take guys who are good in La Liga majority of the time. Nico, I'll be real with you, he's not that consistent, right? But there are some guys like Bilbao. People don't know about this. What about Sanset? Very, very decent player. Probably their best player overall, right? Bro, there's some gems in La Liga, bro. I'll be real. But guys, I will be wrapping up. You know what I'm saying, guys? I will be live tomorrow. Watch along, right? It's going to be a long one, right? And then we got the match reaction after. And it's just nice. Big up to the chat, by the way, for being here. Asil, Yao, Adam, everybody, nobody, right? Listen, big up to all you guys for being here. It was another great show, right? We got the match reaction. Make sure to like that up. And also, comment on that when it comes out. Hopefully we're in the Copa del Rey final. Also the watch along, bro. Be there early, bro. Basically the preview is gonna be lit. I always am interested to see what the lineups are. And listen, I hope Hansi Flick gets the right lineup out. But I'll read this last message before I close out. Maybe Madrid weren't ready. Start of the season, mid-October. Yeah, you could say that. They're getting their team together. We were not found out. And then, boom, they clicked, and now they can beat us. They have not clicked nothing. Brother, did you not watch the game today? Real Madrid conceded 4 goals. And to be fair, they scored 4 also. But, bro, you seen their game against Leganés. Leganés were the better team. How many times have I seen Espanyol defend well? This Madrid team ain't clicked nothing. They're just playing teams that aren't good enough to finish their chances. That's it. Give those chances to Raphinha. He might score a hat trick on you guys. You know what I'm saying? This time. Because I feel like, honestly, they're defending worse than what they were defending in the beginning of the season. Real Madrid are finally starting to concede penalties, right? And they're starting, actually, they are conceding corners. They are conceding penalties now, right? And they're conceding a lot more open play goals. I think that potentially they might be worse, but they're getting bailed out by Jude, by Vinny, by Mbappe mainly, right? So I'm not scared about nobody, right? Especially Real Madrid, right? I was trolling my Real Madrid fan, you know what I'm saying, one of my friends, right? I was saying, I'll be real. Osasuna is a harder matchup than you guys, for us, you know what I'm saying? Because he was talking crazy, and I'll be like, I'll be real. Osasuna might be tougher than you guys for us, bro, because I seen Osasuna beat us 4-2. Absolutely chef us up. You know what I'm saying? We could not handle Osasuna in Osasuna. But Real Madrid, I do think we'll deal with them. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to face them in the UCL final, but Copa del Rey, La Liga, it's okay, guys. I'll be real. I'm pretty confident still. You know what I'm saying? We're up 9-2 on them. I have to be. But listen, yeah, Madrid judge, but it don't work on Hansi Flick, though. That eyebrows, all that, it don't work on Hansi Flick, though. Listen, the Germans got it different. The German, you know what I'm saying, their aura, they got it different. So, listen, hey, big up to Asil. I'm not trying to jinx nothing, right? But I just do got some confidence. If we're up 9-2 on a person, on any team, I do have to feel somewhat confident. I can't lie. But, guys, listen. Subscribe if you're new. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. It was nice to see some new faces in the chat, right? Asil, big up to you, right? Big up to everybody else. Yeah, I will be live once again. Watch along, probably 30 minutes early, 25 minutes before the game starts. Check out my preview if you haven't already. I put out my prediction out there. You know what I'm saying? I also went in depth, 8-minute video. And that's about it. If you're watching on the playback, my bad for the delay at the start of the stream. But like the stream up, subscribe if you're new. Road to 800 subs. We are so close. I hope we get in the next week, right? And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Visca Barca.